Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic day today, and if you're a fan of Star Wars, you might be aware of some of the new upcoming shows and movies they've announced. Obviously, they haven't released a movie in the theaters since 2019, but on their new Disney Plus platform, they've been adding some shows, and there's some more that are coming in the future, as well as some possible movies. So to dive into some of the shows coming to Disney Plus, one of them announced was the Skeleton Crew, which I think they released kind of the premise about this show, but we don't really know too much of the details. And from my understanding, they at least started filming this quite a while ago, so I don't know why the production has been taking so long, but hopefully it will be released in the near future. Another one that was also announced a while ago was The Acolyte, and again, this has been in development for quite a while, so hopefully we'll get more news on it soon. And one of them that probably ended up getting canceled, although we aren't certain yet, is Rangers of the New Republic, which was supposed to kind of be set in the Mandalorian timeline. And then what seems very likely are some new seasons for some of the shows that already came out. In terms of animated shows, there's a good chance for a new season of The Bad Batch and Tales of the Jedi, which I personally haven't watched all the episodes of all the animated shows because there's just so many and it's been kind of hard to keep up. And then it's also likely that we'll get a new season for Ahsoka, and definitely one more season of Andor, and I think they might have already started filming it, I'm not sure, but I'm very excited for that because the first season was a very good quality show. It's possible we'll get another season of the Book of Boba Fett, although I was fine with the way it kind of ended, but it wouldn't be a huge deal if we don't see that much more of that timeline, since it was pretty much just a happy ending. I'm actually a big fan of Boba Fett as a character, but I would much rather them go back in time, like before the original trilogy timeline. I think that would be a lot cooler seeing him in his prime. And that's why I think some of the comics like War of the Bounty Hunters just have some of the peak Boba Fett moments. And then it is possible that we'll get a fourth season of The Mandalorian. And again, like the Book of Boba Fett, I wouldn't hate to get another season, but I am perfectly fine with the way it ended. It was a pretty happy ending. But something that actually is confirmed is the Mandalorian movie, which is actually pretty much 100% in development. They're going to start filming this year, I think. And the title of the movie will blow you away. It's going to be called The Mandalorian and Grogu. You can definitely tell they just spent a ton of time coming up with a good title. Overall, I have no clue what it's going to be about. I wouldn't be surprised if Moff Gideon returned because there was a theory that the guy that died was just one of his clones. And overall, it's just pretty amazing how Grogu has kind of carried the show. Like when the show first came out, I didn't even think he was going to stick around for that long. I mean, they already had plenty of scenes for him to become an internet meme, but even after Luke Skywalker trained him, he came back. Now they're making a movie with him. He's a fun character, but they might be overusing him to sell merchandise. And then also sort of in development is a movie just set in the Mandalorian timeline with the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, which kind of continues the plot point of Thrawn that was in Ahsoka and discovering a new galaxy, sort of. That actually would be pretty cool, and I'm surprised that just the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is already more in progress than that. And then another movie in development is Lando, which originally was going to be a TV show, and they announced this quite a while ago. And I believe it's going to be the same actor that played Lando in Solo. And I think that this is actually one of the more creative ones. I think it would be cool to see a younger Lando. All in all, he's just a really good character, and there's quite a bit to explore. Of course, they could mess it up, but the same goes with literally every project. And then another movie that we're not sure will ever come out and it might have got canceled completely was Rogue Squadron, which was going to focus more on characters that kind of flew in the X-Wings and that kind of stuff. Kind of like a Top Gun movie in Star Wars, but that whole movie kind of fell off the rails and we don't really know if it'll ever come out. And it's very likely that they already gave up on it. And then there are various different movies that different directors want to make for Star Wars, like Rian Johnson, James Mangold, and Taika Waititi. No one even knows what they're about. I don't even think they know what they're about. They just wanted to direct some Star Wars movies. And then another one that I think is very likely to be coming out is the new Jedi Order movie, which takes place like 15 years after the sequel trilogy. And it's going to be about Rey making the new Jedi Order, and it's the same actress. And I don't even think anyone cares about that movie, to be completely honest. I thought they were trying to just like distance themselves from the sequels, so I don't even know what they're doing. And then this is technically not an official movie from Disney, but Kenobi Trials of the Master fan edit by Pixel Joker 95 is coming out in the near future. Obviously, there are a lot of fan edits for the Kenobi show making it a movie, and this seems to focus more on visuals, and it actually looks pretty cool. And I think this was supposed to release quite a while ago, but they're still trying to perfect it, and I respect that. You want to take your time with this sort of thing, and it's just very impressive the amount of commitment, time, effort that's put into this for something that they're not even making a profit off of. But overall, which of these projects are you most excited for? Do you think Star Wars is headed in a good direction? Do you think they're making too many or too little projects? I personally definitely prefer quality over quantity, and even if they can make them all good quality, you don't want to burn people out on Star Wars. So as long as they're not all coming out at the same time, I'm pretty much okay with most of them, but some of them I might be skeptical on. We just don't really know the details on too many of them, so it's kind of hard to form an opinion. But again, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.